I tracked my sleep for 7 days, and the results are going to shock you. Now, for generations, each one has said, get your 8 hours of good night's rest, because you will wake up fresh. So it is ingrained in our minds that sleeping less than the 8 hours will lead to a bad day. But is this really true? Let's find out. On day 1, I was tired. I was in bed for 7 hours and 35 minutes and was asleep for 7 hours and 26 minutes, taking me 9 minutes to fall asleep. I would say that this day was a lot more tiring than others. I struggled to get out of bed, and the cold shower really didn't help, and I'll explain that later in the video. Oh, my day was normal as usual. I did my Khan Academy. I made a YouTube video. It was definitely more tiring, and I struggled to get into a nice state of flow. On day 2, I tested my sleep. I was still going to bed at around 10:30, but this day I went to the water park. And when you're in water, your body gets tired. So this was definitely going to drain me later into the night and worsen my sleep. Another thing was I took a cold shower at night. Now, cold showers are much worse than warm showers. Warm showers make you cold, and cold showers make you warm. The reason you do in the morning is because you feel cold in the morning. You do not want to feel cold in the morning. You're more productive when it's warm. Now, the difference here was that I took a cold shower. Now, cold showers are much worse than warm showers when it comes to sleeping. Because your body likes to stay in a cool state, you want to take warm showers because then you'll get cold. So taking a cold shower may make you warm. That's why you hear all these YouTubers saying they should take them in the morning. So you'll feel warm in the morning and cold at night. Now, I was in bed for about 7 hours and 20 minutes, and I was asleep for about 7 hours. It took me about 8 minutes to fall asleep, which was a new low, which is great. Now, as you can see, this was one of my lowest quality days because I didn't really get into light or dark sleep until 2:30 a.m. It's pretty bad. When I woke up from this awful sleeping state, I had way more energy than the day before. Other than that, my day was pretty much just going to the water park. I made a YouTube video, and I just did Khan Academy. On day 3, I got sub 7 hours, only sleeping for 6 hours and 39 minutes, and in bed for around 8 hours. It took me 18 minutes to fall asleep. Now, judging that I went to the water park, and as I said earlier, it wouldn't be a good night's sleep, I was right. Now, on this day, because of renovations, I had to sleep in a different bed. This can be used as another experiment. Sleeping in a different bed. How will I do? And to tell you the truth, on day 4, everything was much better. So I was in bed for only 8 hours and asleep for about 7, but it took me 19 minutes to fall asleep. So an interesting fact was I didn't take a shower before I went to sleep or when I woke up. And I had one of the best sleep score I've had. So could this play a factor? Now, I would say it did. When I went to my grandparents, I felt happy as ever. I went on a run. I went and played soccer. I was just pitch perfect. Now, this is the big shocker. I was in bed for around 7 hours and 45 minutes, but I only slept for sub 6 hours. Now, I know when I say this, and I've talked about it with some friends before filming this video, and they called it a coping mechanism. But trust me when I say this was probably my most productive day. I went on a run, I played soccer, but I went on a bike ride, and I did more than that. So remember, I haven't taken a shower before going to bed. Now, on day 6, I had a sleepover. So to test this, like all sleepovers, I went to bed late. I was in bed at 12:04 a.m., which was way past my regular time of 10 to 10:30. Only getting 6 hours of rest and 7.5 hours in bed. Now, when waking up, I felt super tired. I didn't want to do anything, so I just went on my phone. This was definitely my least productive day. I didn't do my morning routine, and I didn't take a shower. Now, the final day, I got very high quality sleep, though still having a sleepover. I was in bed for around 10 hours, which I haven't been in a while. Even sleeping for around 9, which I also haven't done in a while. Now, while filming this video, this is actually how I slept today. This was when I'm filming this video. While typing the script of this video, I was in deep work for so long, and I felt like I had so much energy. Though, of course, still not doing my morning routine, but still loads of energy. So, what's the answer? After sleeping for sub 6 hours, more than 8 hours, and everything in between, what's the answer? Well, there are definitely many factors. Just like showering, again, you want to stay in a cold state. When I took a cold shower, I also didn't turn the fan on just to prove this theory right. And it did, because I was not that productive on that day. So on all the other days, at least, most of them, everything was great. But another factor, how about not showering at all? Well, that I don't really know what to tell you. I don't know the science behind it, though I do say, do shower. Because either one you do, eventually, the more you shower, you're probably going to feel more energized. My body probably just wasn't used to not showering. And because I was in the same state I was about 5 minutes before going to bed, instead of showering, I probably felt in a good way because I didn't get rushed with water. So if you have a lot of energy and you're in a good state of mind, take showers in the morning, not at night. Now, another factor, regularity. Going to bed at around 10 to 10:30 was always good, and like I said earlier, I slept for sub 6 hours multiple times, and I remember telling you that was my most energetic day. So, at least in my case, it doesn't matter how much you sleep as long as you're getting more than 5 hours of sleep, at least for me. But all that matters is as long as you're keeping regularity. Though I don't recommend this. If you're going to sleep, get more than 7 hours. Do not sleep for 5 hours and 44 minutes every day because eventually that's going to attack on to your energy and you're going to have less energy. That might have just been a lucky day. Now I think what everyone's been waiting for, technology. Keeping artificial light and blue light can be a killer to your sleep. When I put on my phone and just scrolled YouTube, I had worse sleep. So when going to bed, don't look at artificial light and don't look at blue light. Another thing was I was forcing myself to do things in the morning besides the sleepover days. I wanted to get out. I wanted to do something in my morning. And, that added motivation for when I was going. So I didn't always feel tired. So that definitely played a factor. On top of that, I got more sunlight. And that probably boosted my energy. So I do recommend a good morning routine. On the sleepover days, we got Whataburger 5 minutes before we went to sleep. And that wasn't great. So don't eat before bed. Anyways, guys, make sure to subscribe. Otherwise, stop watching and start